I will be ranking Colorado football signees in regards to how many of them actually going to have an immediate impact in regards to the first season. Now, we know one thing is for sure, primetime Deion Sanders is definitely going to bring in guys from that transfer portal. He said it numerous of times. We're going to talk about all that.
Yeah! Give me my theme music!
So before I give you guys my rankings of Colorado's football's 2025 signees who have the best potential opportunity to have an immediate impact for the 2025 season, I'm going to play this video clip and let you guys hear the king of the transfer portal, that is primetime Deion Sanders, speaking about the transfer portal, and then we're going to get right to it. So let's keep the train rolling.
You haven't got as many touchbacks as you've wanted this season.
No.
Your coverage units have been playing with an edge. And
They ain't got no problem. They ain't gonna have to.
Yeah.
The ball is coming out. Yeah.
Have you been proud of that aspect of your team?
We've handled that. We will have touchbacks next year. I promise you that. Hey, Coach, how you doing? I'm hitting that portal like never before. I already hit it.
Number 10, Antonio Branch Jr. Now, despite Coach Prime going into that transfer portal, hitting it very hard, as we know he always do, I still feel like the rangy 6'2", 176-pound prospect, Antonio Branch Jr., still could be a option in regards to at the DB position or at the safety position. He often lined up as the deep man for his high school, which I see on the film. He also is willing to come up and make the tackle and stopping the running back as well. One thing is for sure, he can come up and make the tackle, which would definitely be key in Robert Livingston's defense scheme. And they also play a lot of man coverage, which I see him playing a lot of man coverage in high school as well. So I feel like he would have an immediate transition into that defense. At number 9, we have Montrez Walker. Now, Montrez Walker is an inside linebacker, which they will have another position of a need after Levante Bentley as well as Naheel Green will move on. Although Trevor Woods and Jeremiah Brown both took red shirts in 2024, Montrez Walker played in the middle of his high school defense, as you guys can see on the footage right here. He also showed good instincts in navigating through blockers to get to the ball carrier, which definitely will be key in stopping the run, something that is much improved under the new defensive line coach Warren Sapp. So I think this will be a great addition to the team. Montrez Walker is definitely one of the guys that can get side to side as well in regards to stopping the run, and he can come down and make the tackle. He runs through the whistle. This is what you want in a football linebacker. Number 8, tight end Zane. Now, Zane received a tryout in front of Coach Prime. He's a 3-star tight end before receiving his scholarship offer. Colorado's lone in-state signee, Zane plays a position the Buffs have needed help at for some time. Coaches could call run plays to Zane's side or sneak in seam routes to take advantage of his size and receiving abilities. They also can run to his side, and he's willing to block. As you guys can see, he get downhill and can create lanes for the running back, which definitely will be needed in Pat Shermer's offense. Number 7, defensive lineman Christian Hudson. Now, Christian Hudson reminds me of one of those guys that definitely can fill in Colorado football's culture. Starting defensive tackle Shane Coates as well as Chidozie Nwankwo are wrapping up their college careers, meaning Christian Hudson could carve out a role next season. Hudson shows a knack for getting after the quarterback and could be deployed as a pass rusher as far as stopping the pass rush option, dual threat style quarterbacks. As you guys can see, this quarterback tried to run right here and he stuffed it up. And this is going to be needed, especially in the Big 12 conference. A lot of times there are a lot of quarterbacks that are dual threat. So you need edge rushers, defensive linemen, those type of guys that can get from sideline to sideline. And I think with him being inside that interior line, being as athletic as he is, definitely will help that defense for the future as far as the 2025 season. Number 6, defensive end London Merritt. Now, London Merritt definitely could be one of those guys that could have been highly position on my list for numerous of reasons. For one, he was on Shannon Sharp's Nightcap show with Chad Ochocinco before making his announcement to go and play for Coach Prime Colorado Buffaloes. So you know he's not mediocre. There will be an opening at defensive end with BJ Green, the second, moving on possibly to the NFL. The Buffs could have a natural replacement in London Merritt, a strong side edge rusher who could help stop the run on base downs, as I'm seeing on tape. However, expected returners like Arden Walker as well as Taj McCoy also took a big step forward in the 2024 season. So it's going to be very interesting to see those guys compete as far as the spring, but I feel like if they all can come together, which they was able to do a lot, especially the wide receivers as far as the 2024 season, having that unselfish attitude, you know what I'm saying, that is something that is needed. So I think if this kid can definitely come in, buy into the system, understands what the coaches is trying to get done, he can fill in immediately on that defense. At number 5, we have Adrian Wilson. He's definitely one of my favorite wide receivers when I watch him on tape. Colorado must replace its top 4 wide receivers, and a freshman could step into a big role. Travis Hunter, LaJohntay Wester, Jimmy Horn Jr., as well as Will Sheppard, all will be leaving Coach Prime's offense. So Adrian Wilson could replace Will Sheppard on the outside, as he can win jump balls in the end zone, as you guys are about to see right here. He's definitely one of those guys that can run very good routes, stretch the field, which will definitely be needed for the offense under Pat Shermer. So we're going to see how this plans out, because one thing is for sure, we know we're going to still dig into that transfer portal, but I feel like Adrian Wilson is definitely one of those guys to look out for the 2025 season. Number 4, offensive lineman, Chauncey Gooden. Chauncey Gooden is definitely my favorite of all players on the list, one of them for sure. He's 6'4", 320, so Coach Prime definitely have beefed up some size in regards to the offensive line. He could definitely receive a lot of playing time with Justin Mayers moving on after his one season in Boulder. And not only that, but he must beat out expected returners like Kareem Harden, Peyton Kirkland, and Zach Owens. But when you cut on the film and you cut on the tape, you can clearly see he's very aggressive. He run through defensive line. He's mean. He's gritty. I mean, look at this play right here where he dragged this guy damn near 10 yards, 20 yards down the field. This is what you need on the offensive line. Number 3, offensive lineman, Cardi Smith. Now, if starting right tackle Phillip Houston's late season knee injury keeps him sidelined until next season, someone would need to step up and take his place. That is Cardi Smith, who's an ideal candidate to pair up with stud left tackle Jordan Seaton. That combo could definitely dominate defensive lines for the future, as you guys can see on tape. So it remains to be seen if he's going to come in, buy into the system, get the job done, utilize his size. As I say before, definitely could be an amazing immediate impact for the offensive line. At number 2, we have Cornell Farrakhan Jr., who signed with Colorado. Another wide receiver the Buffs definitely could use in their recycling cycle. You have Cornell Farrakhan Jr. could be an option to replace either LaJohntay Wester or Jimmy Horn Jr. in the slot. Looking at his high school tape, Farrakhan worked on the inside, and he also showcased the ability to make plays in the run game as well. So that gives me an idea that he could definitely fill in for someone like LaJohntay Wester or Jimmy Horn Jr.'s spot. Although there are more guys coming from that transfer portal. So it's going to be an all-out battle at the wide receiver position, especially, as I said before, with all 4 starting wide receivers going off to the NFL draft. So it's going to be a complete competition this upcoming spring at the wide receivers position. Number 1 obvious pick is quarterback Julian Juju Lewis. Of all the players that's coming in as far as the 2025 class, Julian Juju Lewis has the fast, immediate opportunity than anybody. Julian Juju Lewis has been brought in to replace Shedeur Sanders. They passed him the torch. Lewis is one of the highest rated high school prospects to ever sign with the Colorado Buffaloes, and his style of play, namely his accuracy, ability to get outside the pocket, his high football IQ, all translates well to Colorado Buffaloes offensive coordinator Pat Shermer's offense. Definitely going to put on some size on the head and strengthening conditioning coach Mo. But Julian Juju Lewis has a strong arm, can run, can throw. He can do everything you need in regards to this offense. This offense is going to be electric when it's all put together. I'm definitely interested to see what they're going to do in regards to the wide receiver room, because that's going to definitely dictate how great this offense is with guys that can actually get open. So that's my list in regards to my top 10 guys that have a very fast potential immediate impact, although there are guys that's coming from the transfer portal. But these guys, I feel like, have a better chance to still play with all of that Louis that's on the way. Drop in the comments, let me know how you guys feel. If you guys like the video, definitely subscribe to the channel.